Hello, hello. Welcome to 2025. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Today, I am doing this live. I usually like to do my monthlies pre-recorded, nicely edited, 4K, but we're doing it live because I've been on holiday, okay? It is currently January 3rd. This is uncut, okay? And we are going to get all of January. I know I am 2 days late. However, it's still juicy, okay? We are going to talk about it all, okay? Let me actually put up the dates. I do have to do this video quickly, but that does not mean you will not get all of the juicy information, okay? So first, here are the dates for January. I am going to break it down. If you are listening to this via podcast, don't worry, I'm going to go over all the important dates. I don't do sextiles. If you don't know about astrology, don't worry about that. But I do talk about sextiles when we are doing a weekly transit. So this is a monthly transit. This is a big kahuna kind of energy, the vibe in the sky, okay? Now, here are our ingresses. Now, this I will say out loud, okay? And let me get my notes. My notes are just doing what they want to do here. It's annoying. I actually don't know how to work Notion like I should. Okay, anyway, so here we are going to talk about the ingresses. Okay, so January 2nd, Venus is going to enter Pisces. January 6th, Mars is going to retrograde and it's going to enter Cancer. I said January 2nd, it is January 3rd. So Venus is already in Pisces. I do think this is one of the reasons why we had that incident, if you're in America, of New Orleans. What happened in New Orleans? I'll explain that a little bit later. Well, actually, I did a Instagram post because I did post on Instagram. If you follow me on my newsletters, and please sign up for my newsletters, that is down below. You can sign up; it is free. I discussed that. Also, if you're part of my group, my community, it's $4.99, $4.99 a month. I go into the tea of all the incidents, all the celebrities, all that. I break that down astrologically and I pull tarot cards for all that. So they get all the tea behind the scenes, especially when I don't have time to record. They get everything. Okay. So they have that. Also, quickly, I want to say that I have an ebook. It is only $9.99. And if you want to break down your astrology chart, you're like, I can't afford a reading. I want to do a reading on my own. I have an ebook just for you. Okay. So, yes. So, also, too, please help me out. Just thumbs up, like, subscribe. I know people say that and you hear it all the time, but if you understand how much that helps me, so just please thumbs up, like, comment, throw a purple heart emoji. I got purple eyeshadow on today. I don't know if you can. It's a Pat McGrath. I got it for Christmas. I'm feeling myself. Anyway, okay, but yeah, let's go back into the ingresses. Okay. Ingresses means that a planet is going to go into a zodiac sign. Okay, so Venus enters Pisces. Venus is it likes Pisces. It's romantic. It's both feminine energy. Venus is more, yeah, feminine. Okay, get feminine and masculine, but okay. So, but Venus is fine in sign Pisces, but we're going to talk about that a little bit more now. On this January 6th, Mars retrogrades and enters Cancer. Mars is currently retrograding in Leo. I think that it was not. I think Mars was quincunx Venus, and it was at 0 degrees, which was a very potent degree. I think that was one of the reasons why we had this energy early. As of January 3rd is when you really feel that energy. But you can feel anything early. And Mars retrograding in the sign Leo is going to be very confrontational. And Venus in the sign Pisces is going to be a social event dealing with alcohol and all that stuff. So that's basically New Year's. Okay. So you have all that, and we had that conflict. Okay. So not that conflict, but that incident. We can talk about that a little bit more. We're talking about the monthly transits now. January 8th, Mercury is going to enter Capricorn, and that's going to be more about the government, right? Discussions of the government. And what happens January 15th? We have Trump inauguration date happening. January 11th, we have the nodes entering Pisces and Virgo. And let me see, on the 19th of January, the sun is going to enter Aquarius. January 27th, Mercury is going to enter Aquarius. So Mercury is going to move fast out of the sign of government. Okay, it's going to move fast. And then, yeah, so now if we talk about lunations, January 13th, we have a Cancer full moon. I'll break that down. I'll break it down even more and with the horoscopes during the week. January 29th, we have an Aquarius full moon. Those are the lunations. And as far as the retrogrades, I know I talked about Mars retrograding in the sign Cancer, but it's already retrograding, but entering the sign is an ingress. But Mercury is going, the post shadow retrograde phase ended January 2nd. Yay! Who's excited about that? I'm excited about that. Okay. So yeah, oh, I wasn't even showing the ingresses, I don't think. Yeah, so that ended, and then so traveling and all that stuff is better. Now, on the 28th, we have the Venus entering the shadow phase of Pisces retrograding. So that is going to be towards the end of the month, just a pre-shadow phase, not the full energy, but, don't say Danyell didn't warn you, okay? Now, let's talk about what we have for all the month. I am going to actually put up my chart here, so we can talk about this really, really fast. Talk about this. How was everyone's holiday? Okay. Some people don't like the holidays. Some people love the holidays. It is what it is. Okay. But now we are getting back to normal. We're in Capricorn season. Capricorn is all about your goals, long-term energy, and a sense of seriousness. So we're going to get that when things get back into routine. It is the last earth sign. When you have the last earth sign, it means it's the strongest, right? It's good at what it does, and it's not playing. Okay, so when we get back to business, we're going to get back into routine, we're going to get back into structure, we're going to get back into tangible results. All those things happen. Okay, but now Venus is in the sign Pisces. It happened yesterday. Venus is about love and attraction, what we naturally attract, relationships. It's when we party, it's our social events, beauty, aesthetics, anything we enjoy, like the spa, great food, art, right? Our favorite meal, life pleasures. It's what we value. It's also our finances and social harmony, which is partying, right? Now, Pisces themes, you're talking about secrets, the unknown, alcohol. They also call it the spirits. Well, Pisces is also in charge of our spirituality, escapism, crazy people, and hidden things, right? Things that are hidden. It's also about compassion and empathy. Dreams are intuition, very creative, very artistic, very feminine energy, very internal energy, spiritual growth. There is no boundaries. It likes to escape. A lot of drugs, okay? Now, when you have Venus in, I see I have my notes and it's in super bold. I kind of like that. But when you have Venus in Pisces, everything's very romantic. There's a rose-colored lens when it talks about relationships. Maybe you're healing in a relationship. Maybe there's fantasy over what is real, the reality. There's spiritual connections. There's heightened compassion, a lot of creativity, a lot of aesthetics, a lot of poetry, and not just having anything creative, but really feeling the creativity. Also dreams and aesthetics with dreams, or people doing dreamy things as far as aesthetics. It makes me think of like Janae Aiko, or maybe someone doing like an art piece and is focused on dreams, but it's very pretty and it gets you right. A lot of intuitive expression too. So creative work might, you might be intuitively your intuition could be driving you to do something creative. Okay, far as finances, because Pisces energy is very charitable, then we get a lot of people giving with Venus in Pisces. Okay, so people may be giving you money, but it's charitable work. So if you don't need the money, then it's not going to give you any money. Okay. Anyway, but it's very charitable. A lot of selfless love. Pisces is very sacrificing, so opportunities to practice unconditional loves with no boundaries, endless, and there's a sense of oneness. There's a spiritual awakening, romantic escapism. All those rom-coms and love novels. You may be following into those kind of situations. Very compassionate movements could be happening on a larger scale or on a personal scale. There's an illusions of love. I keep saying that. Okay, escapism, a party full of drugs, that could be happening. You could be over generous. You could be falling for people and who are charitable, but they are being sneaky. Just be aware of deception while Venus is in Pisces, deception and love, not setting boundaries. You want to set some boundaries. You want to embrace your intuition, and you really want to channel your creativity. Okay. Now, also this day, that is on the second. Let me tell you. Now, Mars on the second. Okay. So you see here is quincunx. Mars is here and it's quincunx. Actually, let me take out some of these things so we can not make it so complicated. I'm going to take this out too. Okay, so Mars is quincunx. Well, it's opposing Pluto. We'll get into that in a minute. But Mars is quincunx Venus. Is also in opposition to Pluto. Okay, I think this is the reason why we had the incident that happened. We also had the explosion that happened with Trump. Now, Mars in 0 degrees is very potent, is very strong. Venus in 0 degrees is very potent, is very strong. When there is a quincunx, that's not a very positive aspect. There's tension and people are uncomfortable. Okay. So you have that. Leo represents fires. Okay. It represents conflict. Now, when you have this opposition with Pluto at the same time, this is power and power. Okay. Conflict. Also, this could represent celebrities, athletes, love affairs, not seeing eye to eye, jealousy, power struggles. Yeah, people coming over, and this is going to really affect all my fixed signs. So you're talking about, and am I showing? I never know what I'm showing here. Okay. You're talking about this could affect or have already affected, okay, all of my fixed signs. So you're talking about my Tauruses and Scorpios. You guys will be feeling this more than ever, and Leos and Aquarius. If you guys have these placements, and it doesn't mean if you are an Aquarius you can feel it, because you can be an Aquarius in a late degree not really feeling this. But if you have an early Aquarius planet or early Leo planet and early Taurus, okay, then you are feeling it more than others. Okay. So when you have this opposition, you're talking about power struggles, you're talking about intense transformation, and things are going to change. There's healing, there's psychology, reevaluating leadership. Leo does represent leadership, whoever is the boss, whoever is the authority. Also, could be creative tension. Now, Aquarius is more about social media too. So there could be something on social media or communication happening here, or like a group or a network, and there is some issues here. And healing old wounds, you get this, right? Now, also on the second, which this says the third, but because today's the third, but I do want you to understand a lot of things happened yesterday on the second. And it doesn't mean that it happened on the second. It just means the energy is bam hitting on a second, but we could have been feeling this a little bit earlier. But Mercury post shadow phase, retrograde phase ended. So now there's clear communication, there's forward thinking. Your technology shouldn't be glitching. If you're having problems with social media, go back to it. It might be working now. Yeah, more adventurous mindset, because you are talking about Mercury in the sign Sagittarius. And where is my Mercury here? Yeah, in the sign Sagittarius. And it's all very adventurous. It's all about traveling and honoring wisdom. So speak your truth. Honesty is best with Mercury and Sagittarius, because it wants to be honest, but the intentions is to help, not just to give criticism for no reason, right? Act on your plan, stay open to learning. A lot of higher learning, thinking of the big picture, and focus on the bigger goals here, okay? So now let's talk about January 4th. Mars, this is positive here. Mars in, even though it's retrograding, it is now going to trine the North Nodes. Oh, I took the nodes out. Did I? Oh, no. Here it is at 0 degrees. Okay. January is a big month, because now even the North Nodes are going to go to a different sign. I did a video on that. So you guys, please check out my playlist down below. I linked it down below. It is a playlist on 2025. But I talk about the nodes changing signs. It's very important. You have to understand the nodes you're talking about, they are connected to the moon. The moon affects your emotions, your feelings, what makes you feel safe. Also, they're dealing with the eclipse. Eclipse really take you and line you into where you're supposed to be aligned, right? Okay, so yeah, it annoys me that it's not on what. Okay, yeah, I like to be in a bubble. I don't like the square. Okay, so when Mars is trining is very positive. You don't have to do any work. It's going to land on your lap. And so Mars is trining the North Node, and it sextiles out the South Node. So when it's trining, that means that there's courageous action. You're destined, and there is creativity with your destiny. You're discovering yourself, because Leo is all about self-expression. And North Node is all about, in Aries, is about the self. So a lot of empowerment with leadership and breaking some old patterns and things that you're supposed to do in this lifetime, releasing the old baggage of a relationship. If you have been affected during the Hamas situation, if you remember the dates around that time, if you were affected around that time in regards to relationships or the self or aesthetics and harmony, if that was affecting you, and now with this 0 degrees potent energy, you have some aha moments. That is because that eclipse is like closing out these North Nodes or changing signs. And so there needs to be an ending of some sort. Okay. And that Mars in Leo retrograding might help you out a lot. Okay. Trininess, that will help you be like, see, this is what you're truly supposed to be doing. Now, let's talk about January 6th. January 6th, we have Mercury. Mercury moves fast, so this is fast energy. Now it's squaring Saturn and Pisces. Wait, let me see. Mercury and not Saturn. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's not the same degrees. It's squaring Neptune and Pisces. This is deception. This is some mental fog. This is your intuition might not be working its best. Okay, maybe you have some challenges with some decision making. Just be aware of this. Anytime this is potent energy, Pisces. A lot of secrets, a lot of things that are hidden, a lot of fogginess, rose-colored lands, illusions. Okay, now we're already in the illusion bubble here. Even though we have a sense of reality with our dreams here, but with these things here and thinking it, yeah, there may be some deception. So be aware of that. It moves fast. So don't worry. Don't worry about a thing. It will be okay. Okay. Just clarify any kind of communication. This is a day of if you don't have to sign anything or communicate anything, don't do it. Okay. Just go off your intuition. Now, if you're traveling, there could be some secrets or something hidden in regards to traveling, like they can't find your ticket. Okay. It's like, what are you talking about? You can't find my ticket. Or maybe you are on the airplane and someone's really drunk, or maybe you get really drunk on the airplane and it doesn't work out for you. There's a challenge there. So yeah, just avoid any major decisions with that energy. Mercury moves fast again, so it's fine. Mercury, we all have to deal with it. Now, on that same day, you see now at 29 degrees, which is also a potent degrees, now a degree. Now Mars is in the sign Cancer. When Mars is in the sign Cancer, wait, hold up. Hello, Queen. Happy New Year. Thank you. All best to you and all best to you and your family. Thank you. And all best to you. Happy New Year's. I hope you're able to check out all the videos. You get a blessing from it. Yeah. And Queen, you're always very supportive. I love that. And if you have any questions, personal questions, hit me up. I will, I have no problem helping the people who help me. Okay. All right. So just go ahead and ask your questions and I will help you with any of that you need answer. Okay. So let me just tell you about Mars in the sign Cancer. Okay. Mars retrograding in the sign Cancer. It's in fall. Mars in Cancer is in fall here. It doesn't like to be in the sign Cancer. I've done a very detailed video in Mars in Cancer. I should probably put that in my 2025 playlist. No, I'm not. Just look it up. I would try to link it down below. But it's Mars in the sign Cancer. And that's Mars. I talk about Mars in Leo, Mars in Cancer. I go in so much detail. I even have horoscopes. But Mars doesn't like to be in the sign Cancer, right? Cancer is the sign of the crab. And when you have the crab, then you have the energy of not really. Okay, Mars wants to do it head on. Mars is like, come on, let's do this, I'm ready. Cancer is like a crab and it's like, oh, I'm gonna walk sideways. And Mars is like, why are you walking sideways? Be direct. What is wrong with you? Why aren't you being direct? Well, it doesn't like that. And then also too, there's sensitivity. Mars is like, we don't have no time for sensitivity. We got to do this. So it's weakened energy. It's struggling, right? It's trying to work, but there is some struggle. Like you are going to learn something through a struggle. You're not just going to learn something, okay? And there's misaligned themes, like the qualities just clash. The characteristics of Mars and Cancers, they don't they don't work with each other. Yes, catch up, Queen. Yes, we all been in the holidays. We all been in a slump. Makes sense. Yes, catch up. Have some tea, have some coffee, put the playlist on, and you will get all the info, right? I still have 2 more planets that I have to do. I already have Jupiter in Cancer already set. I just need to record it. And Uranus and Gemini, I actually did that with my group, discussed that last year. Now I can say last year, early, so they already kind of know the judge on that. But yeah, I have to just do those last 2 placements, and then the playlist for 2025 will be done. But Mars is all about your action, your passion, your desire, it's like your strength. You being very courageous. It's assertive. It's the god of war, conflict, and competition. Your physical energy, your vitality, right? And so then now you have it in Cancer. You're talking about your home, your family, your emotions, your nurturing, your protective, your intuition, their sensitivity. It's all about the past. Looking in the past is connected to the moon. So now Mars in Cancer retrograding. The full moons are going to be important. The new moons are going to be important. Just be aware of that, okay? So now when you have it in Mars retrograding in sign Cancer, there's emotional reflection, there's reevaluating things in your home, with your mom, any type of feminine energy. There could be conflicts at home. Maybe there is a struggle with something of your past, or maybe there is conflict where you're supposed to be feeling protected. Yeah, be aware of all the Cancer's energy. I also put this in my group. If you live with a Cancer, if you have to deal with a Cancer, what you have to deal with, and I even did it, broke it down for each sign. So check that out too. And balancing action and rest. Okay. How to navigate when you have Mars retrograding in Cancer. Prioritize self-care. Maybe take care of your home. Maybe revisit something from your past or something with your ancestry or your family. Communication is important with compassion. Anything stemming out of love and compassion is going to work with Mars retrograding in Cancer. Protect your energy, protect your home, protect your family. Okay, but don't be too aggressive. Okay, channel any emotional energy when it comes to creativity that works. Yoga, taking walks, being by the water. Let go of the past too. Okay, so now let's talk about January 8th. Did I put the chart back up? Yes, January 8th here. January 8th, we have Mercury entering Capricorn at its purest form. Oh, I didn't say at the 29th degree, even though it's moving backwards. Mars retrograding in sign Cancer. 29-degree means there's an urgency. So there's going to be a sense of urgency with this retrograde. So there's going to be a strong sense of something. Publicly, collectively, that might come early, because I feel like the other stuff came early with Mars being at 0 degrees. So let's see how this is going to transform with the home and the Cancer and mother figures and all that stuff. Also, America is a big part of this too. America is a Cancer sign, if you didn't know that. Actually, let me see. Now, I said I was going to take my I said I wasn't going to go into details. Yeah, see, Mars retrograding in sign Cancer. I'm pretty sure I discussed this in my Mars retrograding in Cancer. Is going to affect America, okay, when it comes to communications. Get ready for that. Maybe the news, maybe the media. We shall see. Anyway, but Mercury enters the sign Capricorn. Mercury is about our transactions, like financial transactions, communication, our thought process, learning, what else? Technology, social media, adaptability, your travel, day-to-day travel, right? So that is what Mercury represents. Now, Capricorn is about being ambitious. It's very serious. It's about success, long-term energy, discipline, structure, responsibility, practicality, legacy, old men, government, institutions, okay? Achievement through time. Very straightforward information is what we're going to get with Mercury in in Capricorn. There's going to be logical traveling, like, you're not just gonna be like, let's travel for fun and blow our money. Let's go to Vegas. Nah, it's like, no, I'm going to travel, or maybe think about traveling more for long term. It's very persistent with thought processing, responsible with any kind of transactions or trade, because Mercury does represent trade. Long term learning could be happening when you have Mercury in a sign Capricorn. A very methodical thinking, narrow mindedness, though, can happen. A lot of coldness when it comes to the thought process, and but it could be very realistic and very serious. Yeah, so let me see. Very clear communication is very professional when Mercury is in the sign Capricorn. Now, Mercury in Capricorn also is going to square the North Node and the South Node. Okay. So now thinking and communicating, and maybe even travel, or your thought process and your speech, and that conservative mindset, with your determination of self, and pioneering of the spirit, and being a leader and doing something new, and that self-discovery energy. Now there's tension, now there's challenges, right? So challenges in communication, practicality and action, and growth and conflict, maybe career goals. But this is all about what we're supposed to do in this lifetime. And now there's something blocking that communication of some sort, or blocking the thought process, or limiting us in trade. Okay. Now, again, Mercury moves fast. So we will be moving fast and moving on. Now, it moves so fast that we have on the 11th, now these north nodes and the south node and north node are now in Pisces and Virgo. Okay, so it's all about spiritual evolution, letting go of control, creative inspiration, connecting to the divine. And the south node of letting go in Virgo is about you're being critical and you're focused on the details. You got to release that. Service and versus sacrifice. Do you be of service of others, or do you sacrifice what you need to do for yourself, or for the world, or for a charity? Releasing any excessive control. A lot of healing patterns, a lot of spirituality, when these nodes are in there. Get ready for that. A lot of secrets and deception during the eclipse too. Government things, I think, are going to come up. We'll see what happens. I did talk about that in a video, so we'll let it go. But on a personal level, just be ready to let go of anything that's dealing with being perfect. I find that social media, that's going to be released. We're not going to be focused on having this perfect TikTok or whatever. It's all going to be about connecting and having oneness. More people are going to be more into healing and spirituality. Tarot reading, bigger. Spirituality, bigger. Tapping in intuition, bigger. We're all going to get more involved in that. I mean, of course, I love that energy. So hopefully you guys love that energy. We have that for a good year. So get busy and helping yourself. Also, you know, being Pisces is all about love too. Okay. Pisces also is about sometimes if there's lacking energy. So anytime it's going to have a negative aspect, there is going to be this sense of lack. Be aware of that. But collective impact, there's going to be focus on healing, a shift to service models, and global movement, far as pushing something for compassion. Okay. Now, January 12th. The next day, we're halfway through Mars retrograding. Now in Cancer is going to work really good with Neptune. Okay. It's trining Neptune. This is positive. Okay. The Neptune in Pisces is about our spiritual connection. It's about compassion, forgiveness, our dreams, our creativity, oneness. Okay. And things that are unknown. Okay. You can't touch it. Now there is deep emotional spiritual healing with this trine. Okay. What is going on here? Who's trying to find my phone? Oh, hold on. Okay, wait, let me play a commercial. Let me get a sponsor because this is a holiday and the kids are trying to talk to me. Okay, so check out the sponsor real quick. Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings just for our elite members only. All for just $4.99 a month. There you guys go. Okay, I do want you to understand that this trine is so positive. You're talking about your emotions, your spirituality. It's all going to connect. Inspiration, creativity, the home, loving of home, softness, trusting your intuition. Reflecting on the past. All that is going to work. It's going to land in your lap. We won't have to do any work. Okay. Now, speaking of this moon energy, right? Look at this here. Now we have a Cancer full moon happening January 13th. Okay. Now, not only do we have this full moon, it has a lot of aspects touching this full moon. Okay. We have the full moon sextiling Uranus in the sign Taurus. It's also conjunct this Mars retrograding. And remember, I told you, even if it wasn't conjunct, that Mars in Cancer retrograding, the moon is going to affect Mars while it's in the sign Cancer. Okay. And it's also going to trine Neptune because we just talked about Neptune and Pisces, and now it's going to trine. I hate that my thing does this. I don't know why it does this. My Notion page gets stuck. I have to figure that out. Anyway, but the themes of any type of Cancer full moon without the aspects, right? You're talking about emotional release. It's very heightened emotions because the moon and the sun are not seeing eye to eye. There's also could be this illumination, this aha moment that could be happening within the home because you are talking about Cancer. Focus on home and family, nurturing and caring, balancing self-care versus responsibility. And there's heightened intuition. And when you say responsibility, it's because that Capricorn energy. Oh, I didn't put the chart up. The Capricorn energy is about responsibility. Okay, hold on. Let me put this chart up. That's why I have to constantly check. So what I was saying is that these two things are opposing. We do have the sun opposing Mars. We'll get into that a little bit later. But we could be feeling it during this full moon. Get ready for that. Responsibility versus are your career and long-term goals versus your home and your personal life. Okay. But while you have this full moon, It's all about releasing, healing, strengthening your family bonds, enhancing some emotional self-care. You could be overwhelmed with emotions. It's very sensitive, the Cancer full moon, clashing with your emotions versus your duties. Now, because it's going to sextile Uranus, that full moon, when it sextile Uranus, there could be some surprise awakenings, some unexpected shifts, some opportunities for freedom. It's positive. If you don't do the work, though, it's not going to work out for you, because that's what a sextile is. Sextile means you have to do the work. God put it out there, but are you going to do the work? Now, it's going to conjunct the Mars retrograding. Now, conjunctions, I always say this, is very strong. It could be good, bad, or both. Okay, but there could be intense emotional drive, healing some past conflicts, protective instincts, being very, very assertive at home. Okay, could be happening. Be ready for that. Now, or you could be very protective and feel secure. Someone's fighting for your home. Now, it's also going to trine Neptune. I find that because it has this trine with Neptune, this might be very, very positive. Okay, now there's heightened intuition when you have it trining Neptune. Very spirituality. There's compassion. There's love. There's healing. A very creative flow could be happening. When you have this emotional liberation all connected together, reevaluating your foundations, and creative and spiritual growth. Okay, embrace some change. There is some emotional conflicts. Mars in that conjunction is going to help with that. Hopefully, be positive. If you are very emotional, take a bath, take a shower, cleanse yourself, take a nap. Okay. Don't. You can take a bath that night, but you want to do it before the full moon. Let me see. When is the exact time of the full moon? Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me see. Full moon. When is this? Let's see. It happens at 2:26 p.m. So when you do this, do it before. Okay. You could be feeling a full moon the night before, or the night of is really what you're going to be feeling. But take the bath, take the shower, clean your house, do all that before 2:26. So do it the night before. Okay. Now, at the same time, the sun in Capricorn is going to also be trining. Why do I have this? Why do I have this? Neptune. No. Uranus. I wrote the wrong thing. The sun in Capricorn is going to also trine Uranus, and this is going to be a great surprise. You are going to have some unexpected surprises. Maybe there's some freedom with some limitations here that could be happening that day. Something about your future, something about social media, something about groups and friendships. Your hopes and dreams, technology, all that is going to work with your ego, your drive, maybe a father figure or some type of boss. But this is dealing with your company, your long-term goals, something that's very serious, something that was probably limited. And there is a great surprise happening for you, for us, the collective. Okay. Who is this going to affect the most, right? You're talking about earth signs. This is going to affect you the most. If you are a Taurus, if you are a Capricorn, if you are a Virgo, then this is going to work out for you. Okay. So that's great for you guys. Now, let's talk about January 14th. January 14th, we have Venus in Pisces, and it's going to square Jupiter. Now, these are both benefic planets, so this may not be bad, right? You're talking about Venus, love and partying and alcohol and boundless energy of love and empathy and creative inspiration. And then you have Jupiter and Gemini. This is where all the gossip, all the talking, all the learning, and it's like I'm taking in too much information. You being on social media so much, okay? Reassessing your belief. There's scatterbrain, there's expansion, and all these things of talking and communication. Hence why so many people are live, so many people started YouTube channels. That is Jupiter and Gemini. If you are starting a book club, if you've been in a book club within a year, that's Jupiter and Gemini. If you have been discussing and talking for longer than ever, and you're like, I normally don't talk, I normally am not on social media looking at all the conspiracy, that's Jupiter and Gemini, okay? But when you have this square, it doesn't mean that it's bad. But okay, if there is a challenge, there could be a conflict of the heart and the mind. Maybe you're overindulging. Maybe you're over drinking and talking too much. Maybe there's a misalignment of values and beliefs. Maybe there is something something within the news, and it was a secret that could be coming out, that could be happening. But this is still very positive, because anytime these two planets touch, it's positive. Okay, now remember, this is sitting on top of Trump. So let's see if this affects Trump in any way. He is a Leo rising. I don't think he had any Pisces. He does have 12th house placements, but actually, let me see what we have for Trump here real quick. I can't help myself. Trump with this. Oh wait, let me switch it. with Trump. What was I looking at? Okay, Jupiter is still sitting on here with this unexpected surprises. It's retrograding, and then it's going to go back over here. So that's very positive for him. Remember, this is January 14th. This is the inauguration. Let me see where yeah, this is dealing with some secrets. Maybe we won't see this is in his eighth house. This could be dealing with some mysteries, some power here. Yeah, it's still very positive for him. Power, transfer of power, transformation. This is to me is what I see, and it's on a big stage. Okay, very positive. I think that even though I'm not gonna run shy on it, I did predict that Kamala will win, but now looking at the chart, it is what it is. Kamala didn't win. Trust. I'm not saying I wanted Kamala to win. Everyone, if you did, I'm just saying that wasn't me. I'm just going based off of astrology. But this Jupiter on top of his sun, on top of his North Node, on top of his Uranus, very positive for him. It works for him. Now you have it trining Venus. That's going to be positive for him. And then when this moves over here, there will be some secrets and some things hidden, which makes sense next year. I mean, as January 29th, I think, or January 25th is when Jupiter enters his 12th house. Big secrets. We won't know what's going on. Okay. Also could be some deception here, just so you know. Now we have this Mars here retrograding. This should be affecting him. We may not see it though. I've said that already. I thought we would see some stuff here. I didn't see much. It actually made him more aggressive, more power. But let's see what happens here. I just don't think we'll see it. Okay. So let me take off his chart and let's see what else we have. You could be overcommitted. You could be emotionally over romanticizing about something, or there's an idea of something. Communication, there could be some misunderstanding. You could be indulging a little bit because Venus likes to indulge and be eat all the great food and be in comfort and just talking too much. Okay. The delight is finding the right dosage. Find a balance. Okay. Now on January 15th, this is inauguration day for America, and the sun is going to be opposing Mars. This is aggression here. So let's see what happens on inauguration day. Let's just see what happens with the media. This is also conjunct Pluto. This means a transfer in power of presidents. This does represent leader, so we do have that transfer in power happening. But publicly, you're talking about your ego versus the drive here. Okay, you're talking about what the sun is showing, this transfer of power, having a conflict within the home. So let's see what happens here. And remember, Mars is retrograding in Cancer. That could be really strong. And is it still? It's not at 29 degrees, so it calmed down a little bit. But you're talking about emotional reflection. You're talking about protective instincts that could be happening. I don't see much of a strike, because that will be more Uranus dealing with this sextile square. Yeah, I don't see much of a strike here. This is sextile. Yeah, it's not going to be uh like how they were saying what happened January 6th. I don't see that happening, but there is some conflict here. Yeah, people feel protective of their homeland, or they're very emotional. There's aggression with their emotions. Yeah. Tension between external goals and internal needs, frustration, energy. There's an imbalance here. Revisiting some past conflicts, like, why is he even winning presidency? That could be happening. Challenges in balancing action and rest. Okay. So just be ready for that. Emotionally overwhelmed, conflicts in relationships, avoiding some action. All that could be happening on inauguration day. I'm going to be sitting back eating my popcorn watching the drama. Okay. Now, January 18th, we have Venus in the sign Pisces, and it's going to conjunct Saturn. Oh, here we go. It's like, this is so boring. We were in love and we were fantasizing, and now we got to be serious. Now it's got to be real. Stop playing around. Okay. You have Venus, and it's into romance and creativity and compassion and charity. And what are the limits? Why do we have limits? And let's drink and let's have a great time. Everyone's in love. Saturn is like, if you don't have some spiritual discipline, if you don't be serious about your alcohol problem, if you don't take that party and have a serious feeling about that party, be responsible, emotional responsibility. You need to manifest some tangible goals. What are you doing in La La Land? Okay. So that's what Saturn is there for. I like some Capricorn energy. I like some grounded energy. So it's going to bring some grounded energy. Remember, conjunctions are good and bad. are both good or bad. They are strong, but there could be some emotional maturity in a relationship, grounded creativity. Maybe you're revisiting some boundaries that you didn't set, because Saturn likes to set the boundary, and we've been in no boundary zone with the Venus in Pisces. Love with a purpose. Maybe you're loving an old man. Maybe you're like, you know what, I can get some tangible results, fall in love with you. That could be happening. Deepening your commitment, healing through discipline, practical manifesting of a dream, a manifestation of a dream, and learning about some self-worth. Okay. Now, it could be some emotional or financial restrictions. There is idealism versus reality. Maybe there's difficulty expressing love because Saturn is very cold. That could be happening. Okay. Set some clear boundaries, though, some clear goals. Practice emotional boundaries. Practice some patience, because Saturn is all about patience. Okay. Now, we have an ingress happening on the 19th. Happy solar return to all my Aquarius. However, it's like, yay. But Aquarius, once it hits Aquarius season, then you are conjunct Pluto. And when it's conjunct Pluto, we're already feeling this a little bit already, but now it's potent, it's strong. You're talking about collectively, there could be a whole theme of social media. There could be a big thing with Facebook. There could be a big thing with TikTok. There could be a big thing with this here, YouTube. Aquarius does represent communication to a higher level. Now, also airplanes. Aquarius represents airplanes. And when the sun is conjunct Pluto, now the Pluto is all about investigation. You guys, I am so looking at my eyeshadow like, I'm in love. Anyway, but the sun puts wherever the sun touches, it's like, oh my gosh, we're shining a bright light on some secrets, on some mysteries, on some investigations. And that's what Pluto represents. So there could be a big secret in regards to the future, technology, Elon Musk, Tesla, that whole thing could be happening. Anything could be, it could be dealing with some government, more like the Senate, Congress kind of level. Aquarius also represents airplanes, navigation. So let's see space. Let's see if anything in that regards, the secrets may be coming out, or there's some investigation. Okay, so anything that you're dealing with this date, I want you to understand, because I always like to know, is this the truth, right? If there's any stories, headlines happening around the middle of January, and it's in regards of Aquarius, friendships, and any type of group like a mafia or a gang, or doesn't have to be a negative group. It could be just any type of group, like a sorority, any type of group, right? If there's some secrets that come out in the middle of January regarding flights, regarding airplanes, regarding space, regarding technology, regarding the future, most likely it's the truth. Okay. It may come out saying like that was a lie. If it comes out in the middle of January, most likely it's the truth. So just be aware of that. Okay. But you have just with this conjunction, besides the collective, there's individuality and being authentic with yourself, innovation and progress, collective and community focus, a detachment to objectivity. Detachment and objectivity. Aquarius energy is very emotionally detached, and is encouraging logical, rational decision making. So there may be some power with that clarity here. Breaking some traditions. Aquarius is that I don't need to be in the box. I don't need to conform. I don't need to be in your tradition. That could be happening. And the sun is going to highlight the power of breaking free from that. Okay. Embrace some innovation, connect with community, your friendships. There could be challenging the status quo. This could be a rebellion too. Because you are dealing with Aquarius. When you have Aquarius, you are talking about strikes. Okay. Higher learning, a very intelligent, intellectual, not higher learning, but very intellectual energy. Oh, this annoys me. Okay. Yeah. So, oh, and remember I said conjunctions are both good and bad, right? But they are very strong. So when you have any type of conjunctions, when the planets are touching, it's going to be strong energy. And remember that sun is at 0 degrees. So yeah, you could be emotionally detached. There could be an overemphasis in the idea of something. Aquarius is very fixated. Fixated means stubborn in thought, stubborn in technology in the future. I did a little video, and you can look it out. It's somewhere on my YouTube channel, and I did a quick video on the guy. He was on Terrance Howard, and when I was listening to it, I was like, he sounds like a Pisces and Aquarius mixed together. Very fixated on like 1 and 1+1. I forgot what his theory was, but I broke it down anyway. But very fixated on something that is like an idea of some sort or resisting authority that could be happening. Be aware of that. Yeah. So celebrate your unique. Celebrate being unique. Collaborate with others. Aquarius energy is all about collaboration. Explore some new horizons. Remember, it's about the space and beyond and doing something different. And advocate for change. Okay, peacefully. Now, on January 21st, we have the sun in Aquarius conjunct. Wait, what did I just? Why do I have this? Oh, I said the sun entering Aquarius. I just did. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even talk about the sun entering Aquarius. I just jumped into Pluto conjunct the sun. But when you have the sun entering Aquarius, and this is still very strong, this is the obsession of power of social media too. I just can't stop talking about this conjunction. But anytime the sun enters Aquarius, it's all about communication, being yourself, being unique, standing up for the people, fighting for a cause. Okay. You're going to talk about your future. You're going to talk about your hopes and dreams. There's things that are a little bit weird and quirky. It's like, why is that so weird? But that's what Aquarius brings. Okay. And it's very innovative. It's very different. It doesn't want to do the same thing. It wants to be free too. It wants its freedom. And there is no emotion involved in here. It's all intellectual communication, intellectual energy. Okay. So that is what you have. Now, when you have this conjunction, there could be some power dynamics too. You're talking about the ego and the male energy for sure. Okay. And this also could be something that's happening during inauguration time because you could be feeling it a little bit more before. But there is transformation. There is intensity also with Pluto, intensity and focus. I said there could be some mysteries be coming up, some uncovering of some truths, visionary innovation, personal empowerment. Deep self-reflection. Pluto also represents psychology and going through the darkness to go through the light, so that could be happening. But yeah, so just be ready for any type of intensity, a resistance to change, overwhelming focusing, collective upheaval could be happening too. Yeah, strikes could be happening there. Okay, now January 23rd, we have Mercury in the sign Capricorn, getting all close there, and it's opposing at Mars, and Mars is retrograding. It's opposing Mars in Cancer, and it's retrograding again in Cancer. Oh, my notes are stuck. Okay, words of restriction. Very versus your emotional drive. So you are restricted of saying things because Capricorn energy is restricted or it's very serious versus like your drive, your emotional drive. Okay. Remember, Mercury in Capricorn is very pragmatic. It's focused on responsibilities. It's their structured problem solving. Mars retrograding in Cancer is also about your emotions and sensitivity and being defensive and being reflective and passive aggressive kind of energy. Right now, they're opposition. Emotion and logic can't see eye to eye. There's miscommunication. There's arguments. You're reflecting on the past while Mercury and Capricorn is like, why are you being so negative and thinking of the past all the time? There could be some struggle with being assertive too. So be aware of that. Now, Mercury also that same day is going to trine Uranus retrograding in. Look at this. This is going to sextile Uranus. So there's some good surprises. Maybe there's something with social media. There's something with freedom. Uranus is expected, unexpected. There could be some creative problem solving. There could be breakthrough and insights, progressive communication, revisiting and redefining your goals or refining your goals because you are talking about two planets retrograding, dealing with a planet that's not retrograding. So the thought process and communication is going to work, but the surprise may be unexpected or maybe something from your past coming up and popping up again. It's like, I've done this lesson. We're doing this again. Also, this could be dealing with technology. Taurus represents oh, this could be good with finances if you're doing some with trade, because this is about banks and trade or what we value too. Okay. Now, on the 25th of January, we're almost getting to the end of the month. Venus in Pisces is going to trine Mars in Cancer. This is positive, and I want you to understand, get it all in, all the socializing and partying, getting in, because Venus is about to retrograde soon, okay? But before it retrogrades, it's trining Mars, and when it trines Mars, you have emotional and romantic healing. You are in the sign Cancer retrograding. They're strengthening some emotional bonds. You're very creative. There's alignment when it comes to your heart and your action, when it comes to socializing and what you naturally attract and what you're driven to do or what you're protected from or something from your past is all going to align. Very positive, very creative, very spiritual. You're talking about 2 water signs. This is going to affect all my water signs, though, right? So this is going to affect my Pisces, my Cancers. It's going to also affect my Scorpios. You're going to get a blessing from this too, right? Sextile. Let me see. Sextile, square, trine. Yeah, you're going to get your blessings too, especially if you have it right dead in the middle there, around 22 degrees. Now, on the 27th of January, Mercury moves fast and now is at 29 degrees, but it's going to go into the sign Aquarius. Okay, this is all about the future. This is all about innovative thinking. This is all about objective communication, focus on technology, individual and uniqueness, and collective and humanitarian focus. A lot of discussions of strikes and upheaving. You see, it's going to conjunct Pluto at that 1 degrees. Wow, wow, wow. You're talking about, I want to investigate and put it in the news. That is what that is. So let's see what happens there. But all the themes of Aquarius themes that I talked about earlier, that's going to happen. And when you have it touching each other, Mercury touching Pluto, power and communication, healing and communication. There is a transformation of power with communication, or intense conversations in regard to your future or a group or friends of some sort. Okay. Now, on the 28th of January, that same day that we have this conjunction and we have Mercury moving in Aquarius, and weekly I'll do the horoscopes, but Venus is going to be in a pre-shadow phase in Pisces. It's not retrograding now, but you start to feel it. Okay. And what is a pre-shadow phase? Is when it hits that degree where it's going to start when it comes back into retrograde. Okay. We'll talk about that as we get back to it. But you're going to start feeling something, and you're talking about with romance, you're talking about with creativity, you're talking about spirituality, you're talking about boundaries, you're talking about your intuition. All that is going to affect some relationships, what you value, your creativity and reflecting, or finances and reflecting, or finances and being creative, or emotional emotional and intuition. This is going to affect all of my mutable signs. Okay, so this is going to affect my Pisces, but this could also be affecting my Geminis, my Sagittarius placements, and my Virgos. Get ready for that retrograde. Now, reflect and don't react. Set some boundaries. Embrace any type of emotional healing, and prepare for the retrograde. Take notes of any patterns, anything dealing with relationships, anything dealing with your finances, anything dealing with what you naturally attract, anything dealing with your harmony. Be ready for that and just take notes, because there's a lesson that it wants you to learn. Okay, collectively, this could be affecting some collective compassion, right? Artistic or spiritual movements, or some finances, the trade market of some sort, right? And now back to this Mercury conjunct Pluto. I have in my notes that this could be something with Elon Musk, discussions of transfer of power with social media. That could be happening. Maybe this is when TikTok will change. Who knows? I don't know anything about that, but that could possibly be happening. Transformative thinking, powerful communication, intellectual intensity. Yeah, I said all that. Oh, this could be something people, if you're really in investigating, this is a deep dive in research. This is great for researching, you guys. Get ready for that. If you are someone who has to learn something, it's not learning, but being logical and picking up the information. Aquarius is the most intellectual sign. And now you have Pluto conjuncted. That means there's power in that. So really do your deep dive research, okay? And you can advocate for change if you're really into that, okay? Challenges with this, because any conjunction is good and bad. Overthinking, there's mental intensity, there's power struggles in communication. Maybe there's a resistance to change, because Aquarius isn't it's a fixed sign. It's a fixed energy. Okay. I'm going to take a sip of water. While I'm taking a sip of water, if you're watching this, please like, subscribe. This is your time to like and comment right now. Yeah, get ready for that conjunction, you guys. But just be very precise in your communication. Stay open to any change. Balance that intensity, okay? Speaking of Aquarius, we also have a full moon in Aquarius on the 29th. It's going to trine Jupiter. That means that there is some big communication or big things learning coming your way. Remember, the new moons are positive. New moons are about manifestation and starting this new emotional cycle, innovation and progress when you have it with the Aquarius, embracing individuality, a focus on communication, collaboration, social media, technology, your future, being a humanitarian. Yeah, get ready for that. Yeah, let me see when it has set progressive intentions, explore new ideas, strengthen your connection, embrace change. I have all that. Let me see. It trining Jupiter. Now you're talking about higher learning, expansion with intellectual energy. Okay, visionary communication. Trine is so positive. So this is just going to be a very, very smart blessing for all of us collectively. Okay, revisiting some goals and ideas, collaborating opportunities. There's optimism and growth in any of the aspects of Aquarius that I told you. Okay, I mean the themes of being Aquarius. Okay, get ready for that. I will talk about that in your horoscopes when we get closer to that energy. And on the 30th of January, we are shutting it down with the sun trining Jupiter. So the end of the month, it closed out pretty positive. Okay, there's expansion thinking. There's a visionary with leadership. If you're dealing with anything with broadcasting, all of these people who are social media or on YouTube or people on X, great information is going to come out towards the end of the month. Get ready for that. Optimism and progress, revisiting some opportunities, or maybe if you are in any type of form of communication, I'm talking about a podcaster, a writer, a journalist, this is going to be very positive for you. You probably will be collaborating or working with some opportunities. It's very expensive, very positive. Yeah, get ready for that. Also, you're talking about social media, you're talking about the future, you're talking about space, and you're talking about navigation too. Okay. Now, and Elon Musk. Elon Musk has a Mars in Aquarius. So that's why I say Elon Musk is later on, but this will be affecting him because these planets will go ahead and touch it soon. Remember, Mercury moves fast. Now, also, Uranus goes direct. It will stop retrograding. This is great. You're talking about in the sign Taurus. Finances, okay? That will kind of ease up, all right? Shifts in values and priorities. That will probably ease up. Hold on. Let me see what else we're here. Innovation and stability, our food and what we value, the surprises. It will either slow down. It will be surprises in a good way, not in a negative way. It's not teaching us a lesson. We've learned our lesson. Maybe we're embracing changes in the physical realm. Okay. Yeah. Get ready for that. This, so far what I've seen with this is a lot of what social media, a lot of social influencers and their money, the energy of not getting counseled, and we're learning that aspect. Also, valuing a lot of people who are on social media. That also is happening when you have Uranus and Taurus. Also, innovation with food. Okay. People doing these new scientific food, and a lot of people are like, no, 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 that doesn't work for us. Yeah, so get ready for that. Let me see in the future of food and what it looks like for us as a collective. Okay, what Uranus in retrograde taught us. It can teach us about manifesting change, liberation from limitations, technology and scientific advancement, and shifting collective energy. Get ready for that. Just remember to stay grounded, stay focused, and always embrace change. That is what we have for the month of January. Thank you, you guys, for staying live and watching this. Remember the dates, remember the predictions. I'm going to go over it weekly. I will be talking about the horoscopes. Next video, look out for that. It's going to be Jupiter in Cancer. I might be doing that live because I need to shoot these suckers out. And then I have Uranus in Gemini changing into the sign Gemini. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Hopefully it will be tomorrow. All right. Bye.